And Kentucky Senator Rand Paul. Mr. Senator, the House votes to restrain President Trump's war powers. What restraint would you like to put on the president's war powers?
Well, actually, I'm very supportive of President Trump's negotiating with Iran. I hope the war comes to a quick close. There are many in my party who don't want to see any negotiations, and I frankly think to remove the enriched uranium will require negotiations. Even though we've won militarily, overwhelmingly, we have obliterated their military, it's still going to require negotiation. So I'm proud of President Trump and Secretary Rubio for frankly stepping up and saying we will have to negotiate to get the enriched uranium out. With regard to war powers, the Constitution is pretty clear. Initiation of war, declaration of war comes from Congress. This has nothing to do with the current president or personalities or like or dislike. It has to do with the longstanding interpretation of the Constitution that the power to declare war resides with Congress.
But when it gets to the Senate, you would vote for it. You would vote to restrain the president's
I have
power.
always voted to support the Constitution and the Founding Fathers' idea that the power was not granted to the executive but was reserved for the legislature.
The Senate voted to advance this immigration enforcement bill, which funds ICE and the Border Patrol. My question is, how will the Democrats respond to it?
Well, this is something that's turned out to be very partisan. Typically, spending in Washington is bipartisan. It always goes up, and there's very little restraint. In this particular issue, the Democrats have decided they will not spend any money on border security. Arguably, this is President Trump's greatest triumph of this administration has been controlling the border. But you do have to pay the border agents, you have to pay the people investigating crime. And look, I've been a critic of some of the behavior of some of the agents in the city, in the streets of Minneapolis. I think they had to improve, but I think they have improved. You haven't seen any news stories since Tom Homan went in and sort of read them the riot act and said, this is the way we're going to behave and agents will be punished if they don't behave. And guess what? You haven't seen anything in the news. So I think they are doing a better job. But the bottom line is you have to pay them. No Democrats, or perhaps one Democrat, will vote to pay the border security agents. And I think that's terrible. But I think it's also a loser for them in the elections. If they want to go around the country and say, we are all for the 8 million people that Joe Biden let in here illegally and we're for giving them all welfare, I think that's a losing issue. And there are many working class Americans who are not happy about busting their butt to earn a living and watching some guy who came across the border illegally on welfare.
Social Security is running out of money. There's this new, it's a new report, and it says your checks could be cut by 24% a month in 2032.
We've lost our audio.
Okay, so the Senator cannot hear me, okay? So can we restore audio to him? Senator, can you hear me yet? I don't think so. I think we've moved it. Sorry about that, Senator. We'll try and get back to you at some point in the very near future. Now, come back in here, Lou, because let's get back to the markets.
Yeah.
Tell me about the stock you really like, and that's Macom, M-A-C-O-M.
Yeah, we put this on people's radar over a year ago, and it's more than doubled already, and no one really knows about it still. It's akin to Corning. You remember the news with NVIDIA and Corning building 3 plants for photonics? Macom's the same kind of company. They make chips that moves data faster across the data center. So this is a critical bottleneck in the AI trade right now. Their latest quarterly results show that they're growing. This was primarily a defense contractor that's now benefiting from the AI boom. Revenue's up 22% in the last year. This has got a lot more way to go.
Thanks very much, Lou.
Yeah.
Senator Rand Paul is back with us. We've re-established contact. Let me repeat, good to see you again, Senator. Let me repeat this. Social Security running out of money. And there's a report that says your check of Social Security recipients will be down by, I think it's 20-something percent, big percent, 24% by 2032, I think it is. Look, that's not going to happen, is it? That's like jumping on the third rail of American politics. You're cutting better. You can't do that. So what are we going to do? Are we going to raise taxes?
We don't want it to happen, but I've been saying this for 12 years. 12 years ago, I introduced reforms that would have allowed us to gradually fix the problem and no one would lose any of their check. You're right. If people who rely on $700 a month and that's all they have a reduction of 24%, they will be hungry. They will not be able to pay for their electricity. It is something that we can't accept. But in order to fix it, you have to reform Social Security. We can't say it's a third rail and do nothing. So I've been proposing changes for 12 years, and now the actuaries, the people who look at the actual numbers of Social Security, they were saying 2034. Last year they changed it to 2033. Now they're changing it to 2032. That used to sound like way in the future. That is coming on us rapidly. We should make plans. We should have the courage. And what I'm proposing is a bipartisan special committee in Washington, half Republicans, half Democrats, that says we have to do something before 2032 to avert this disaster. What can we do in a bipartisan way? I'm willing to do the work, and I'm still eager and pushing leadership to do something about this.
Fair enough. Senator Rand Paul, we covered a lot of territory in a limited amount of time. We always like that. Thanks very much, sir. We'll see you again soon. Yes, sir.